video we are going to discuss about the abstract classes. What are the abstract classes? Let me first create one abstract class, then we understand what is the abstract classes. This is a class which is not properly defined, so I just name it as a class test. And now a class, generally you know that class is a collection of the variables and the methods. They are called as the instance variable and the methods of the class. Now having a variable not defined doesn't make any sense. It means definitely the function must not be defined. Very true. So if you just have one variable int a, int b, this is another variable. I just make one constructor for this. So public void, till now everything is properly defined, there's nobody. It's just we write just public class test, here it goes, and then I take two variables from the instance, int a comma int b, and then okay, so this is already a and b, so better I make these two as x and y. So here I write x is a and y as b. Now here I just make one function. I name it as abstract public int multiplication, and just you put semicolon here. So it means, and I take another variable, another function rather, and this function I'm going to make it as, and this is called the int show function. And now I make this function as the normal function, only one part to be, now see both these conditions. This function is a normal function which is declared and it has been provided a body. This is the between two curly braces, and this function is just a declaration. That's why it is abstract class, it has no body. Now these function have the body and it's called defined function. You cannot say it's not defined, and its name is public void int because its access specifier is public. Its return type is int and it is show. Now here it says this is abstract, so this function makes it abstract. Now you see the error warning, because if a class has a function which is abstract, means the whole class actually becomes abstract. So abstract, now there is no errors. Now I'm going to inherit, create another class. That class will be inheriting this class, and then you will find the difference. Now this is class sub, this is the subclass. Okay, so now this class will have, suppose if I make it as 3 variable here int z, then just like the normal I'll make this one as public and class sub. Here I take 3 variable int a comma int b comma int c, and then with the help of super I'll pass a comma b and super a comma b, and then I'll pass. Okay, so this class is not, because I haven't written extends class test. Now this is fine, and then I write z equals a, sorry, z is equal to c. Now here you come and see that this class have this function, so I can redefine it there, public int mul, that is for multiplication. So I just copy here and then I define here multiplication. So this is the same class which was abstract here, and I'm defining. In the previous video you saw that I had 2 functions which were properly defined, and then a class inherited another class which had these two functions which were properly defined, then the subclass redefined those functions, and you will notice that you do not you could not access the functions defined in the superclass directly because they were overridden and they were redefined inside the subclass which were defined. So here I'm trying to define, so there should not be any problem because this was actually not at all defined. So I'm redefining something which was not at all defined into this class, and that is the beauty of the abstract classes. So the abstract classes are actually, in my point of view, are specially designed those classes which should be inherited and its methods should be overridden. At the same time, okay, so at the same time there is a technique like if you want certain functions not to be overridden, then you can make them final. Use the keyword final. So write here public final, and then I call it as function add, and then it just like return x plus y. So this is giving you the sum. Now public final void sum. So now what happens? Sorry, void cannot return. Public final int sum. So now see, there is no problem. Now I can never override or redefine this method because it has been preceded by a keyword called final. So if you want a certain function not to be overridden, then you can attach this word key. If you want a certain class not to be inherited, then you can attach that function with the keyword final. So if you want like if you want it to be like the overridden or redefine the base class, you can make it as abstract. If you do not want, if you want to put some restrictions, if you do not want it to be overridden or redefined in the subclass, then you simply can make it final. Thanks. So now I think you understand this. So I go back into my class. So this function is a defined function, however it has nothing in it. So now there you see. So I try to redefine public void show. So this one. Now this is again, look at this, show in the class sub clashes with the show in the class test, because this I'm trying to redefine a function. Okay, so I can do it, they will not stop me, but they are just providing in the warning and incomplete, like the public void show. And what was here? Public int show. Okay, so I should better make it as void. Okay, now this is no warning, but if I'm defining, I can never have this function, but however there's nothing. So but I hope I made myself clear how do they work. So here I write system dot out dot println I am in subclass. Okay, and then here I write return z plus add function. So I'm calling add function normally. This is add function, and then I go into the control class and then I'll create the object of the class sub. Class sub cb equals new class sub, and I pass three variables 20, 10 and 5. So because you see here we need three variables, two will go to the base class, and now I'm going to call this function. So I need this system.out.println. I go back here and then I print CB, or I write sum equals CB dot add, and then I can also have multi or product equal to CB dot mul, and then I just try to make one more thing. Here I go and I make this one line. I am in superclass, and now I simply run the code. So there you will see that now here you see that we got this function sum30 product 50, and we have the problem with this show function, which is I'm in superclass, and here this show is defined I'm in the subclass, but I haven't called it, so I just simply write CB dot, this is already just a void function, I can call show function from here, and then you'll see that I'm only able to see the show function which has been redefined in the subclass, and that should say that I'm in the subclass. This is all. Thank you very much. If you have any doubt, you can put your queries and questions in the comment line, and I'll be highly pleased to just solve your queries. Thank you very much. Have a very nice time.